Okay, here we are for Germany's first turn, round 4, 1942 BBR rules. And just a quick correction. So, as of the last time, US and Japan are actually both at 52. We forgot to move US up for 2 since they took Brazil, and Japan is actually at 52. The number that Chris was given was with their bonuses, but they're actually 52 on the chart. And China's 9, like he already said. So anyway, for Germany, I already spent 6 on the dice. And so I started at 55, so minus the 6, I have 49 to spend. And this is going to be my buy. So I'm spending 12 on a strategic bomber. I'm spending 31 there on, you see, 4 guys and an artillery and an air base. And then I'm spending 6 on a submarine. So that's going to be my buy. That's all 49 of what I have. I don't have anything left. I'm going to pause this for a second. I actually have to go pull a pie out of the oven. Okay, I'm back. I pulled the pies out. Okay, so we're going to go into combat moves. And I've already kind of put just little red markers on the board where we're going to do some attacks. The first one that we're going to do, I have all these written down to kind of help me. So the first thing we're going to do is a strategic bombing raid. I'm going to take this bomber from Berlin. We're going to go into Ukraine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it will have 2 left. So let me just mark that. He's got 2 left. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take this transport and destroyer from 93, and we're going to pick up this guy and the tank, and we're going to drop them off here in Gibraltar. So that's just 1 to move those guys there. There's nobody there to defend. It's just a walk-in. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take 2 of these mechs. I should have split these out before. But we're going to take 2 of these mechs from the stack of 4 that I have in Poland, and we're going to take them up into Baltic states. Let me swap one of those out here real quick. I'm just going to pause this while I swap it out. Okay, so there's 2 mechs I brought up into Baltic states. 2 stayed behind in Poland. Let's see, the next thing... The fighter and the tactical bomber from Western Germany are going to come into Baltic states. So that's 1, 2, 3 for both of those. 1, 2, 3. They're leaving from an air base, so they have 2 left. Both of these planes have 2 left. Okay. And then the next combat move is this guy in Western Ukraine. Whoops, not him. This guy in Western Ukraine is going to walk into Bryansk. There's nobody there, so that's just a walk-in. And then let me go around to the other side of the board for this. One of these guys, and I need to swap this, chip this out too. Let me pause it while I chip this out. Okay, so I'm chipping him out. So now I have one that's a walk-in into Karelia, 2 are staying behind in Finland there. Let me walk back to the other side of the board. Okay, so for the attack on Belarus, I'm taking my 2 infantry from eastern Poland. They're moving into Belarus. And also the fighter and the tactical bomber are going into there. And my tactical bomber is going to do a target select on that tank. Let's see. Also the fighter from Berlin. Well, let me mark those first. Those 2 planes there, they have 3 left. Okay, so the fighter from Berlin, he's also going into Belarus. So that's going to be, back up a little bit so you can see. 1, 2, 3. So he's going to have 1 left that he can still go. And then I also have this fighter down in Romania. He's also going to come up. 1, 2. So he's going to have 2 left. There we go. Okay. So in addition to that, I have one of these subs in 113 is going to go up to 125. If I can reach that far. And he's gonna go after that Soviet sub, but Chris indicated he's just gonna submerge, so there won't really be a battle there, if I understand the rules right. And then I have these 2 subs in 97. They're going to come in to 98. And they're going to do a target select on this cruiser here, the British cruiser. So I think that is all of my battles. I think I'll just go ahead and pause this, and then we'll start doing battles. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I think the first battle that we'll do, we'll just do this strategic bombing raid in Ukraine. So I just have a bomber coming in. There are no planes there that even could intercept. And by the way, my tech, I got my tech, and my tech is heavy bombers. So I'm going to be using that right now. But so first, what we're going to need to do is roll for the anti-aircraft gun. So, and I'm just using Grasshopper's battle dice. So the blacks are 1s, the greens are 2s, the blues are 3s, the reds are 4s. So here's the anti-aircraft fire, and we're hoping for a miss. At least I am. Whoops. That one fell on the floor. Let's do it again. Okay, that's a miss. Okay, so now since I have heavy bombers, I get to roll just 2 regular D6 dice. And whatever I roll, we're going to add, if I understand right, we add 2 to each of the dice rolls, and that'll be the damage on the factory. So I rolled a total of, well, 4 and a 1, so that's add 2 to the 4, that'll be 6. Add 2 to the 1, that'll be 3 more, so I think we have 9 damage total on the factory in Ukraine. So maybe what I'll do is grab some chips and put them under that factory. I'm just going to pause this here for a second. Okay, so here's the 9 chips. I'm going to put them under the factory. That has 9 points of damage on it. Okay, so maybe the next battle, maybe I'll go ahead and do what's in Belarus there. So I have one tactical bomber that's going to be targeting that tank, that heavy tank. And then I also have 2 infantry that are coming in, and then I also have 3 fighters that are coming in. So I think we might as well. Hi. Wow. We're making a video, Katie.
Are you getting famous?
I don't know that we're getting famous. What? So this is the tactical bomber, target select. So 3 or less on that tank. I'm hoping to get a hit. There's a hit. Okay. So that tank comes off right away. Doesn't get to fire back. Pull that guy off. And then the rest of what I have, so I've got, I have, let's see, 2 at 1 and 3 at 3. So let me see if you can see what's in the cup here. I've got 2 blacks and 3 blues, so 2 at 1 and 3 at 3, and I'm just hoping to get 2 more hits. So that's what I got. I got the 2 hits that I needed. So, and then the defense roll, so what Chris has is 2 at 2, which is going to be 2 greens. 2 at 2 for 1 artillery and 1 infantry. Oh, one of them fell out. Let's roll that one again. Oh, that's a cocked. You see, that die is cocked. I'll roll it again. It keeps falling on the table. Let me back up a little bit. You can see better what I'm doing. Okay. There are 2 misses there. So we'll go ahead and remove the dead. So these Soviet pieces are out. And okay, so maybe the next battle, let's do Baltic states. So I have, I've got 2 mechs at 1, and then I have a tactical bomber and a fighter, and I could have done a target select there, I guess, but I don't think I will. So I'm just going to take my 2 at 1, my 1 at 3, and my 1 at 4. So these are going to be the dice I'm going to roll. 2 1s, 1 3, 1 4. Baltic states. Okay, so I got 2 hits, which is more than enough. I only needed 1. So the defense roll is going to be 1 at 2. So we're going to put that in there and roll that, and that's a miss again. So Baltic states is going to come off. Okay, let's see, Bryansk, that's just a walk-in. Karelia, that's just a walk-in. The 125, there's not really a battle going to occur there because the Soviet submarine chose to submerge. So we're just both going to be hanging out there, I suppose. Gibraltar, that's just a walk-in. So I think the one battle I have left here is 2 submarines against the British cruiser. So I'm going to get 2 at 2, which is what I've, let me just make sure, yeah, 2 greens. And So this is a target select. If I get a hit, the cruiser doesn't get to shoot back. I missed both. Okay, so the cruiser is going to be a 3 or less, so that's the blue. So put that in there, shake it up, throw it out. Yeah, that's a cocked dice again. I'm rolling a lot of cocked dice here. So I will go ahead and roll that again. Okay, that's a miss. So we do it again. So 2 at 2 for my subs, and they get to target select again because they're subs, not tactical bombers. Okay, I got the hits that I needed. So there is no return fire because it was a target select. That's my understanding of the rule. So I'm going to pull off that British cruiser. That is now gone. And okay, so now I think we're to the point where I can go ahead and land some of these planes, non-combat movements. So the one in Ukraine, he has 2 left. He's going to go 2 into Romania. Okay. All right. And the 3 planes, or let's see, the planes that have 3 movements left that are in Belarus, they're also going to come back to Romania. That's 1, 2. The planes that are in Belarus that, well, this one has 2 left. Right here. Sorry, hopefully you can see. This fighter has 2 left. So he's going to go 1 into eastern Poland, 2 into Romania. This one plane that only has 1 left, he's going to go 1 space into eastern Poland. So that takes care of those. And then these planes that are in Baltic states, they have 2 left. So they can go see if I can get the magnet there. 1 into eastern Poland, 2 into Romania. Same with this fighter from Baltic states. 1 into eastern Poland, 2 into Romania. So that takes care of that. Let's see. Let me pause this. I'm going to grab, I'm using just green chips, not for markers of 3, but to mark air transports or submerged or whatnot. Let me grab a green chip and I'll put it under that Soviet sub. I'm going to pause it. Okay, so I put a green chip under that Soviet sub, which is submerged. So now we're just going to go ahead and do other non-combat movements. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take both my tactical bomber and my fighter from Holland, Belgium, and move them into Western Germany. Let's see. These 2 mechs that are still in Poland, who had not moved yet, I'm going to move them into Eastern Poland. Let's see. I've got 2 guys here in Romania. I'm going to move one of them into Bessarabia. And this guy that's in Slovakia, I'm going to move him into Romania. There. Let's see, what else? This guy that is in Bulgaria, I'm going to move him up to Romania. And this tank that's in Bulgaria is also going to move up to Romania. the tank in Yugoslavia is going to move into Romania. And then the tanks that are in Berlin, I'm going to move these two into eastern Poland. And then the 3 infantry that are in Berlin, I could actually, well, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rail, I think, all 3 of those into eastern Poland. So I still have, that was 3 that I've railed out of Berlin. I could still rail 2 more units out of Berlin. And what I'm thinking to do is to rail the anti-aircraft gun into eastern Poland. And then my one remaining move, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to chip out those artillery. I'm going to rail one of them. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to chip out one of these artillery. I had 3 artillery to start with there. And I'm going to rail one of them. 1 into Poland, 2 into eastern Poland, 3 into western Ukraine. Okay. And then I have a tank in West Germany. I could rail him 1 into Germany, 2 into Poland, 3 into eastern Poland. Okay. And then the only other thing I might do is move the anti-aircraft gun into Belgium. Take these, the 2 tanks in France. There is a factory there, so they can rail out of France. I'm thinking I want to rail them, so 1 space into Western Germany, 2 spaces into Greater Southern Germany, and 3rd space into Slovakia, Hungary. And then I'm thinking I will leave the others how they are here. This infantry in France, I'm going to move him down to southern France. And that is going to be maybe it for non-combat move. Let me just look real quick at what else I could possibly do. But I think that's it. So let's see, I can go ahead and remove kind of these battle markers. So Gibraltar, we'll flip that. That's not worth anything on the IPC chart. Bryansk is up 1. Belarus is up another 1, so that's 2. Baltic States is up another 1, so that's 3. And then Karelia is up another 1, so that's +4. And Soviets down 4. So I'm right now at 49, so up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts me at 53. And the Soviets, I think I have them right now. I could be wrong, but I have them at 34. So if they're going to go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I have them at 30. If that's not right, somebody can let me know. Okay. And then let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and grab that battle marker out of 125. We don't need that anymore. I think all I'm left now is to just go ahead and place my units. So let me grab a little flight stand here for my bomber. Okay, so my bomber that I bought, again, I bought a bomber, I bought the 4 infantry, 1 artillery, I bought the air base, and I bought a submarine. So the bomber, I'm going to go ahead and place that in Germany itself. Or you know what? I might... No, I'm okay with that. I'm going to place that in Germany. And then my 4 guys, I'm going to also place them in Germany. My artillery that I built, I'm going to place that in Germany. The air base that I built is going in Romania. Right there. And the submarine that I built, I'm going to put that, I'm going to build it in my southern, let's see, I'm going to build that right, do I want to build it there? Yeah, I'm going to build that here in 105 off the coast of Normandy, my factory there. So that's all my units. Just now for recap, maybe I'll go ahead and start here in Africa and move up. In Italian Libya, city of Tobruk, I have 1 infantry, 1 mech, 1 tank. In C-Zone 98, I have 2 subs. In Gibraltar, I have 1 infantry and 1 tank. In C-Zone 92, I have a destroyer and a transport. In Greece, I have 1 infantry, 1 mech, and there's also an Italian infantry there as well. Southern France, I have 1 infantry. C-Zone 105, I have 1 submarine. Normandy, Bordeaux, I have 1 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 tank. France, I have 1 anti-aircraft gun. Holland, Belgium, I have 1 infantry, 1 tank, 1 anti-aircraft gun. Western Germany, I have 1 fighter, 1 tactical bomber, 1 infantry, who's kind of hiding back there. Denmark, I have 1 infantry. Norway, I have 2 infantry and a fighter. C-Zone 125, I have a submarine. Let's see, Germany itself, I have 4 infantry and 3 artillery and a strategic bomber. Greater Southern Germany, I have 1 infantry. Slovakia, Hungary, I have 2 tanks. Romania, I have 3 infantry, 3 tanks, 3 fighters, 2 tactical bombers, and 1 strategic bomber. Bessarabia, I have 1 infantry. Western Ukraine, I have 1 artillery. Bryansk, I have 1 infantry. Belarus, I have 2 infantry. Eastern Poland, I have 1 anti-aircraft gun, 2 mechs, 3 tanks, and 3 infantry. Baltic states, I have 2 mechanized infantry. Finland, I have 2 infantry. Karelia, I have 1 infantry. And then for national objectives, so my base income, I am at 53. If I added everything right, I think I did. So let's see. I don't get Caucasus 1. I don't get German unit in Egypt 1. I don't get this one, Leningrad, Stalingrad, Moscow. I don't control London. I don't get this one about Iraq, Persia, or Northwest Persia. This one I do get. Germany controls both Denmark and Norway, while Sweden is neither pro-Allied nor Allied controlled. So I get 5 for that. And then Germany has at least 5 submarines on the map. I do have 5 submarines on the map. I've got 2 in C-Zone 98. I've got 1 in C-Zone 105. I've got 1, sorry, I don't think I mentioned 113 in my recap, but 113 I have a submarine, a cruiser, and a transport. And then I have my 5th submarine up in 125. So I do get that bonus for 5 subs. And then this one, if Argentina and or Chile become pro-Axis. And when you look in the rule book, if I understand that right, if Germany is at 53 on their collect income phase, that occurs. And so I believe I get that as well. So I think what I'm getting is a bonus of 15. So if I'm at 53 and I add 15 to that, that would be 68. So I think I'm at 68. I'm not carrying anything over. So that's it. Germany's done, and we're on to the next round. So, or next power. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to doing this again.